All right, we should be live now. So thank you for joining us on this episode on the Unlimited Truth. We got a big one today, a big exciting show today. As everybody and their mama knows, if you play video games, you know what was up. Listen, the Xbox showcase was so big that even people who I know who are kind of sort of gamers hit me up like, "Hey, Unlimited, tell me about this showcase." Right? That's how known this showcase is. Right? It's the biggest thing every summer gaming wise. Let's be real; it's the only showcase that matters. Um, and I know this because nobody did a live stream of the Summer Games Fest or whatever IGN did, either Friday or Saturday. I talked about it on my own show, The State of Play, but that was irrelevant, right? Everything just boiled down to this week. The Xbox Games Showcase 2025, and this show is going to be 100% dedicated to this showcase because I got a lot to say. I know the crew got a lot to say, and I know Sega Man and Daya, they did their own thing yesterday. So, but still, I'd still like to hear from them. But before we get started, as always, we got to introduce the crew because what good is Unlimited if it wasn't for the family, right? And first and foremost, the number one with the gun, Sega Man. Introduce yourself.
What's up, man? What's up? It's your boy Sega Man 101. And I got to say this real quick, man. I cannot wait to get into the Unlimited Truth and talk about the Xbox Showcase with all my brothers on here. And the first lady of Xbox, I call her the first lady of Chat Dale 4568. But man, Zink, I got to tell you, your girl was looking good yesterday, man. Sarah Bond, Brown Sugar,
Yeah,
bro. She was looking good for you on there, man.
yep.
Yeah, man, it was a great show. I can't wait to get into it, Brother Unlimited. And I'm glad to come and rock out with you again and talk about these great games that we got coming out over here, man. You know what I mean? It's a great time
Yep.
for us to celebrate. Can't wait, brother. Thank you for inviting me, G.
Oh yeah. You know I didn't want you to miss this for anything. Emmanuel A1 and 100 man. Thank you
All
for
right.
joining, and
Well,
everybody else
Hondo in
is
the
joining.
house.
We're gonna have a great show today. But next up, the first lady of chat, the Queen of Green. I'm forgetting her other nickname. Daya 4568. Introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Dia 4568 here with my crew, and I'm really happy to see everybody here in the podcast as well as the chat. Hi, Emmanuel, and hi, 100. And I've been excited. This has been a great showcase for Xbox, and in my opinion, it solidifies that they're number one in the business and they're
Hmm.
not going anywhere.
That's right.
Yes. Yep. We're gonna get to that next. But next up, Cosmic Core Entity from the Underworld. Long username, but as always, welcome. And next up, man, the host of the Lions Den podcast, the pug lover out here, Tuck Master. Introduce yourself.
Hey, yeah, this your boy DJ Tuckmaster, the original Pony Killer. All I gotta say is this: Sony sucks. Okay, that's all I gotta say. I mean, the whole panel, we don't like
My
Sony.
man.
They don't like us. So, I know we're gonna talk about it, but Sony right now sucks. That's all I gotta say. So let's get this damn thing rolling.
Yeah. Look. No, listen. There might not be a soul on this planet that hates Sony more than Tuck. All right. And next up, the man who represents the chat. Other Zinc, introduce yourself.
Well, I call Unlimited in the first lie because I dislike Sony more than Tuck. But
Uh,
I agree with Tuck, and I represent the chat. Let's go.
yeah. What? 2 minutes in, and I'm already caught in a lie. So, oh, and the man who's out. He comes out of retirement every once in a while and just popped in. Everybody, the hype man of the Xbox brand, A Rock X. Introduce yourself, man. Perfect timing, by the way.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, bro.
Loud
What's
and
up?
clear.
Yeah.
Here we go, bro.
What's going on, folks? I'm having headphone difficulties and mic difficulties, but it's great to see everybody, man, and always great to join the Unlimited Truth when we have it now. What is it now? Bi-yearly when we have it. So
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I feel like it at these days. But Emmanuel A1 with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Emmanuel. You said we got Grounded 2. That's my game of the year. Praying for Lost
Yes.
Odyssey remake on the 25th. Yeah,
I
and we're
love
gonna
you,
get
Emmanuel.
we're gonna get into everything, man.
Yeah.
So yesterday Xbox showcase, another great showcase. and I thought that the vibe for this one was a little different, right? In the sense that now that Xbox is bigger than the console, the brand. This was a footprint on gaming itself. This wasn't just because the other years it felt like, yo, this is what Xbox got going on. This is what we got. Boom, boom, boom. But this felt a little different to me. This felt like we're setting the tone for gaming as a whole, right? Because E-Rock probably didn't hear me when I first said at the top of the show. The truth of the matter is, is that this is the only showcase that matters. You know, nobody gave a damn about state of play. Nobody watched the IGN Summer Game Fest, whatever the hell they did on Saturday or Friday. Everybody's talk of the town was on the Xbox Game Showcase. And as always, if you got Game Pass, you're going to be fed well. You know, we got and as always, a ton of games, unique games, different genres, and everything in between. And yeah, the PS5 logo was on the showcase because this current Xbox Crash Zero. And by the way, thank you for joining, Crash. This is different Xbox. Everything you got to kind of change your mentality on how this shit works now, basically. But I'm gonna start with the first Sega man. No, yeah. Let me start with Sega man. Zink, are you on a time crunch?
I'm okay, man. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, Sega man. I'm gonna start with you, man. What are your thoughts on the Xbox showcase last night?
Oh, brother, I thought it was phenomenal, man. I thought it was phenomenal. You know, things are changing, bro. And I keep telling people real quick when I do podcasts, and you know this Unlimited and E-Rock, brother E, and all and everybody. I keep telling y'all, man, Xbox and Phil Spencer and the crew, they're playing chess, bro. They're in this to win. They're winning, bro. They're winning. I don't care what anybody says. They're winning. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck PlayStation. They're winning, man. I'm not trying to be mean, but they are winning, bro. They're a business. This is what they don't understand. Yes, they have a gaming system. Okay, they have a gaming division, but from day one, with Microsoft software, they're a business, man. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing when it comes to gaming, because you can see it out here in the gaming streets. All these ponies do, right? These hypocrites out here is do nothing but talk about Xbox games on their preferred system. The PlayStation to me doesn't have no identity anymore. You know what I mean? They're talking about Forza Horizon 5. They're not talking about God of War. They're not talking about fucking Wolverine. Where's Wolverine at? Is that coming out in 2056 or you know what I mean? Where is it at? You know what I mean? They ain't talking about nothing like that. They're talking about Forza Horizon 5. They're talking about Indiana Jones, right? They're talking about Gears E-Day. They're talking about our games on their system. So what does that tell you? Think about it. What does that really tell you, man? They don't have no identity anymore. They've been wanting our game. How long have they been wanting our games, E-Rock? How long have they been wanting our games, Unlimited? They made petitions for our games. They made petitions. Oh, that game don't deserve to be on Xbox. That looks like a PlayStation game. And then when they got the game, they didn't play the shit and they didn't support it. You know what I mean? So we're in it. We're winning. We're winning with Ultimate Game Pass. I don't fuck that fucking PlayStation logo. I don't give a goddamn. At the end of the day, we are winning because all that money that they spend buying our fucking games is coming back to us to get more games, more studios, and more developers.
Motherfuckers still don't know what that means. I mean, not to cut you off, Sega man. It took me a while to get used to it, man. But again, me being a fan of business in general, and watching successful businesses like TKO, WWE, Netflix, and watching fucked up businesses crash like Warner Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watching successful businesses, they get out of a certain mentality, and these gamers are still stuck in the 90s and the 2000s, Sega man. They're still stuck in Genesis does what Nintendo. It took me a while to get used to the fact that Phil Spencer and Xbox, they're about making money, and because they're making money, look at that wall of games all coming to Game Pass.
Yep.
And yo, my nigga Phil, Sarah Bond, do y'all, man, do y'all thing, make that money, make them fools pay $80 for fucking Gears of War Reloaded so we can keep getting shit day one in Game Pass. I ain't mad at you. You feel me, second man?
Yep. $100 for Call of Duty 7. Nigga, pay that $100.
Yeah, real rap. Figure it's a PlayStation logo on the show, man. Figure this shit out. The reason why at PlayStation show they don't show the Xbox logo because all those games was coming to Xbox was because PlayStation is still playing in 90s rules. Let's trick the world into thinking that all these games are ours. Like, look, man, you finally got a release date for that bullshit ass Black Myth Wukong, right?
Yeah,
For those who don't know, it's
Oh,
coming out in
yeah.
August. Like all PlayStation does is they try to money hack games and try to make games seem like it's going to be like they tried to make Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat collection. Finally, god damn, they tried to make that seem like it's PlayStation only.
Yep, they did.
And then fucking Atari and Warner Brothers said, no, man, that's coming out on fucking Switch and Xbox. Like they still doing the same shit. But go ahead, second man.
Mhm.
But to land my plane, I listen to Brother Zink. When Brother Zink says the numbers and he does his analogy when it comes to Xbox, that shit is true. That shit is real. That shit is facts, man. And facts is that Xbox is beating PlayStation and Nintendo's ass. I don't give a shit if they have the Switch 2. I don't give a shit if I don't care. At the end of the day, Microsoft is a $3 trillion company and they're whipping their ass, man. They're whipping their ass. Look, keep paying. All I gotta say, PlayStation dudes, keep paying for them games. Keep paying for our games. And keep talking about our games because you ain't doing nothing but bringing us more and more and more to the fetus, which is the Game Pass Ultimate, man. Look at all these games we're getting. Look at all the games that just dropped in the last week.
Well,
We're getting all these games, bro.
Look, they can't do that without that PlayStation logo at the bottom of that screen. They can, but I'm making a joke right now. Every time you see that PlayStation logo at the bottom of the screen, it says equals 70% profits.
Yep.
And it's going right back into its reoccurring profits from their games that we get for free. They're paying for our investment. Just like Unlimited, you brought up on one of the shows, you guys were talking, and I was just chiming in the chat. It was Sea of Thieves or Forza Horizon that sold more than the greatest game. Game of the year.
Yeah, Forza Horizon. Not only that, Forza Horizon made more money than Gran Turismo Sport.
Damn,
that was before it came. It made more than like 4 of their games combined before it went to PlayStation. But just think of it this way: if let's say it sold 2 million, that's $120 million right there, and Xbox is going to get 84 million of that.
Yep.
That's what it boils down to, and it's going to happen every single time, dude. I mean, speaking to all of the things like E-Rock, hey, your favorite company, Warner, I think they broke up today.
Yeah.
I have to. There's some more things I have to watch, but yeah, I found out
they don't know what the fuck they're doing over there.
Yeah,
man.
They're selling off parts of the thing there. But all of those games is just money coming back into Microsoft's pocket. I don't like it either. I'm with you guys. I don't like it. Like I feel bad for Unlimited because Unlimited just came in here. Him and Shitsno Elite just want to play games, but this hatred was thrust on you guys. E-Rock, myself, Hebot, Sega Man, and Tuck. We just hate Sony. But I'd love for them to die, but it's working well. They're actually holding gaming up today. But anyway, go on here, guys.
You know what, fellas? You know what? I'm gonna add this to this conversation. Okay. Now just think about it. All these games here, and this one thing I'm gonna love about the Xbox so damn much. All these games that we see here is gonna be on the Game Pass. Okay. Now the big thing I'm gonna like about this game, if you want to pay, if you want to pay for, like 3 days early, Microsoft will give you that option. You can pay the $31 or whatever they want to pay. You want to pay it 3 days early. But now, if people do pay for it early, what is that? Is that chain money? That's what I want to chain money for Microsoft.
Or you ain't got to pay shit. Wait till the motherfuckers come on sale in a year. Shit.
Exactly.
Play the fuck out of it. Yo, man, look. I'm eating good. Look, I got shit I can't even finish.
Let me get through. Another thing, too. See, everybody want to talk about this Call of Duty and all that stuff. Okay, hey, Xbox killing it on Call of Duty.
Yep.
You don't have to buy it on. You don't have to buy it on the Xbox. But you know what? Hey, PlayStation fans gotta buy it, and they also supporting the skins and the guns. And who's making money off that? And that's 100% profit for Microsoft.
There you go.
So in this Wolfcon, whatever the game is named,
That nigga said Wolfman.
what is done with a year? Just let me care about that game within a year. Like I always have said, when a game comes out, the life shelf might be a little bit, but it's not gonna last long. Especially if you got a PC. You can play Wolfcon on that damn.
Wolfman.
I don't know what that is.
He changed that nigga. So he changed that nigga motherfucking birth certificate.
You can play that game on your PC. So if people got a PC, then already played it already.
Yeah. Tuck. Let me add to that real quick, and I'll let you finish.
Okay.
The game already sold more on PC than PlayStation. So
yeah, we know that. We know that. So.
And think about it, Unlimited and Tuck. Sony had to pay extra. They had to money hat that game, so you just lost money.
Probably 500 million.
And Microsoft just said, "Hey, we'll wait. We'll wait our time. We have enough games here."
And you know what? Or Edison, you're right about one other thing. And the thing about it is, like I said, if that game come out at a regular price on the Xbox, people's not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it for no $69. It's a year old.
What was the Tuck
40 or 35? I might buy it.
What was
one of that game can come out at $69 and look to do good on the Xbox and knowing that it's already selling on a PC already? No way.
What was the point? Like what? I really don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck, honestly. I'm just laughing at all these motherfuckers. Because yesterday it was more of them motherfuckers, Sony motherfuckers, and Colin Moriarty and Reforged Gaming. Them motherfuckers it was more them watching the Xbox showcase than us, right? Same thing every year, right? So I don't really get your strategy. Like if I'm in charge of Sony, if I'm Herman Hulst, see, let me tell you something. That guy Jim Ryan, he just didn't leave. They told that nigga, you can pack your shit. You can pack your shit willingly. You can pack your shit willingly, or we can have security escort your ass out of here because your tenure was a failure. What sense did it make? Now I was just guessing 500 million, probably 100 million. Like we talking to we talking to millions now. They ain't like Black Myth Wukong. We'll give you $40,000 to keep that shit off of Xbox for a year. Like nigga, get the fuck out of here. You better put some zeros behind that shit. So let's just say 120 million, 300 million, right? Another 400 million to keep Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation for 2 years. Another 100 million to keep fucking Death Stranding 2 off of Xbox for a year. I wish they would keep it off permanently, but keep that shit off of Xbox for a year.
E-Rock stole my comment. Damn it.
My bad, homie. But so all right, we already at close to $1 billion. What sense does any of it? Unlimited, help make this make sense.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I'm glad
that's E-Rock. That's what happened when your business model is stuck in the past. Because Xbox, it's almost a decade now where Xbox realized that if they own this stuff, it's better to just own this shit and put it everywhere.
Yes.
Yep.
Than to keep paying these third-party deals for some time exclusivity that few people are going to buy. Because I don't care. Listen, I know this statement pisses off a lot of people, but I say it all the time. People don't buy exclusives like that anymore. I hate to say it, but on none of these platforms except maybe Nintendo is the best. You look at the best selling game, even on Nintendo, the best selling game is still stuff like Minecraft or multiplayer.
Fortnite.
Yeah, and Fortnite, right? And it's same on PlayStation X. So it's not even worth it the stress just to have the bragging right. I guess bragging rights or some shit or perception as y'all like to say of having more games, which is clearly irrelevant when every game here. I think every game that you see on screen is on Game Pass anyway. But have
y'all been watching this shit? Like it's so crazy. Like I don't be on Twitter no more. But like for the first couple of months, It was like, we got y'all games. Xbox games is on PlayStation. And then all of a sudden, last month, it comes out. Hold on, Tuck. It comes out. It comes out that the top 3 selling games on PlayStation are all Xbox games.
Yep.
Oh,
That's fucking embarrassing.
Wow, let me look that up.
That's embarrassing.
It was actually worse. It's like the top 5 of the top 10 or something like that. Wow.
That's embarrassing.
But E-Rock, let me ask you this: what is the number one thing that you saying about all them games that Sony bought to keep off the Xbox? What is one thing that you're forgetting to say?
They all came to Xbox eventually because the deal was timed.
Every single one of them games, PlayStation did not make not one damn dime. It failed on all. It failed on everything on their system. Final Fantasy. What did the man say? The man said, "We ain't doing this shit no more.
They wasn't making their money."
And that's just what he said. I'm glad that the young man stepped up and said, "No, PlayStation, we ain't doing this shit no more." And I'm hoping that everybody else does that too. But like I said, the Black Man Will Count. The only reason why that damn game did good because it hit PC.
See, there it is.
PlayStation wouldn't have done shit. So
same thing with that other game, Tuck. What was that? What was that other game that did that?
Helldivers.
Yeah, Helldivers.
They didn't get no love in return on that game either. They didn't get no love in return on that game either.
I can't in all seriousness, as a business person, as a person who studies business, see this company being in business for another 5 years. I can't see it. I don't. Nothing they're doing makes any sense.
I agree.
They have to go multi-plat. Nothing. It would be bothering me right now if I was on Nintendo's board of directors seeing Microsoft make all this money because they said fuck the console wars. We're in the content wars now. They said fuck the console wars. We're in the content wars, and we've spent all of this time. Well, not really them. The fan base and the people in the media spent all of this time jumping backwards and celebrating boxes shipped to retailers that are not selling. Because you know how that works, right? Mm-hmm. Best Buy and the retailers buy the PlayStations and buy the Xboxes, and they sit in a fucking warehouse or they sit in the back of a fucking brick and mortar store. So they've already gotten their money. There's no way to really tell who bought how many consoles. So it's like that was a war of diminishing returns. Oh, we sold 65 million. So you mean 65 million shipped, right? So the thing is, it is so crazy is Xbox beat everybody at their own game because they just said, look, you guys are going to hate this. I know you guys hate PlayStation, but we're putting our games on PlayStation. Some of them will be older games. Some of them will be newer games. And as soon as you wrap your head around the fact that the main beneficiary of us putting these games on those other platforms is going to be you, as soon as you wrap your head around this, you'll be cool with it. But I mean, some folks were kicking and screaming for 10 years like Crap Gamer. Some folks were kicking and screaming last year like me.
Crap Gamer kicking and screaming is an understatement. It's more like you threw a temper tantrum in the middle of class or some bullshit like a kid.
I was pissed when I heard the Sea of Thieves was going over to PlayStation.
No. But you were pissed. But I remember you did not react the way Crap Gamer.
No.
Gamer, when I say he threw a hissy fit, till this day he's cursing out Phil Spencer's name. Like
crazy shit.
Yeah, like dude right now is giving his blood to Satan just to put a spell on Phil Spencer. Hates that dude so much.
It's the craziest shit. But anyway, everybody, this is. I was just saying to myself just the other day, like, this is madness, man. I can't finish all these games. This is madness. No. I was comparing it to 2007 when the Xbox 360 was on fire, but the truth of the matter is that 2007 don't even come close to this. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen this many games dropping so fast, and more are on the way. More are coming to Game Pass.
Rock, wait until next year, the anniversary. Just wait.
Mm-hmm. We can't wait, dear. How we gonna wait? There's too many games now.
I agree.
Games, man.
Yeah. All right. Let me get things back on track.
Sega
Man, do you have anything else you want to add about the showcase?
Just that it was a phenomenal show, man. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that didn't like the little PlayStation logo, but you guys they gotta get used to it. Is what it is, man. I told you guys, it's a strategy that they're doing. They're playing chess, checkmate. They're winning. I'm telling you, man, they're winning, and we're gonna be on top. We're already on top, but just like Dad, you heard Dad. Wait and see, man. Just wait and see. We're on top. PlayStation don't have a chance, bro. They cannot hold a candle to Microsoft. They never could. They'll never have their pockets that Microsoft has either. They're not going to never be $1 trillion company, man. They're not good enough to do it. They can't do it, man. They're not a business like Microsoft. Microsoft is a behemoth, man. You can't stop them, bro. There's no way you just can't stop them. They could try, but it's not going to happen, man. It's just not going to happen, man. But that's all I got to say, Unlimited, man. I mean, the showcase I thought was pretty good. You know what I mean? And I know what they're trying. I got a feeling, and I know I think what Phil was trying to do, and we're prevailing, man. Just like he said, look, you can't. He said he can't even finish fucking games. There's so many damn games, man. I finished a lot of games, bro. I beat Doom. I beat a lot of games, man. I just been playing like Unlimited said did not land. Unlimited said, you know what, Sega Man? I'm just playing my games. You know what, Unlimited?
Mm-hmm.
I just been playing my games. That's all I've been doing. Listening to the bullshit, laughing at everybody, playing all my games in Ultimate Game Pass, and beating them shits.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've been doing, man.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
Play your game and just listen to all the lies and all the bullshit that they
Yeah. Yep.
that these PlayStation fans want.
Me and Zink waiting for that E day, baby. Waiting for that E day. Yep.
So I mean, you know, and then you got Indiana Jones. You got Indiana Jones download content coming out.
Yep.
I'm excited about that. So
yeah.
You know, like I said, we get it first. They got to pay for it. We don't have to pay for shit.
Nope.
So, you know, not unless we want to. And it's in 10 to 11, we all here buy our games.
Yep.
So it gives you that's one thing I always try to tell my friend. I said, you get an option. And like I told him, I said, you got an Xbox and you got the Game Pass. But you still talk about Xbox, so sell it.
Yeah.
But now think about it. He want to sell a used system for like $600, and I said, dude, you ain't getting that money off that game.
Yeah.
Not for no damn 600. Shit, please. But he's ignorant. He's ignorant. He's ignorant like all these other PlayStation people are. You know.
Why do you talk to him?
Yeah, they're awful. Awful, mean, ignorant people. That's all it is to it. So.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Daya4568. You still there?
I'm here.
All right. So yesterday's showcase, another great show for Xbox, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, nobody's mentioning this, and this is where the mic drop actually happened. It was when that Xbox ROG X and the other one came out. I'm telling you, I am seeing people all over the place. Switch people, PC people, even PlayStation people and Xbox people. They are excited about that thing. All they see is that they can have their hands on a device that is powerful, because do not underestimate the power of that high-end Ally X, Xbox Ally X version. That thing is strong.
It's twice as powerful as the what's that? The Steam box.
Steam Deck.
It's a handheld Series S.
It's the top of the line. It absolutely is incredible, right? And anybody in tech knows this, but it isn't just that. The Switch, everybody has their own reason, right? The PC people are seeing this like, oh man, I could play everything here. Like I can smoothly. They're looking at it like it controls like a console, but I can access everything. You know, they love that. That's what they're talking about. Then you have the Switch people who are disillusioned. You best believe they are. They don't like the money that they're paying. They don't like that they're seeing that this thing is barely higher than the ordinary Switch.
They don't like they shit being brick turned on.
They do not like that, and I'm seeing a lot of complaints about that. And that now they have something to compare that to. they're looking at the Xbox handheld, and some of them are rethinking what they're doing with their money. And
Dia,
I've seen videos on that.
do you know
Okay,
it accesses all the storefronts, including Steam? That's crazy.
that's right.
So now
BattleNet.
I'm hoping they bring Steam. So if you did that, you could bring Steam to Xbox, the console. We're
There
fucking
you
around
go.
and do it. Make it happen.
Well,
I
I don't
think
want to.
that
I
is
don't
the
want to
future.
interrupt Dia, but this pertains. Roxanne, to that question. Sega Man's best friend Destin loaded up Spider-Man on it.
Damn.
Did he now? Wow.
Yeah, that's right. He did.
Did
He
he?
did
Wow.
say that. Yeah. Because it's gonna have that Steam. I think
Right.
other stores
Steam,
integration for it.
BattleNet. I think
Yeah.
Epic is going to be in there. Epic,
Yeah.
you get free games there. Imagine you guys, like, you get access to free games. They just drop games.
Yeah.
Yeah, good games too. They're not all like crappy games either. And I just picked up Deathloop from Epic. Deathloop and some other game. And then they got like 2 Point Hospital coming up next and all that. They drop a lot of games over there. So just imagine what you can do with that device, right? So the Switch people are looking at it because a lot of them are not happy. Do not let them gaslight you. They're not happy about what's going on with Nintendo. And then
Time out, Dea. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm legit stunned to hear that because every time I shit on Nintendo, everybody come out the woods and tell me, but it's Nintendo. Nobody, and I've been telling people about Nintendo bullshit for years. But I'm glad. I feel like he bought for once. I'm glad the world is finally catching up to what I've been telling these motherfuckers. But continue.
Yep. I think that whole thing with the bricking was probably one step too far for Nintendo.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me get with you.
It wasn't the behind the times hardware. It wasn't only releasing Zelda, Pokemon, and Mario. It wasn't being decades behind on online gaming, voice chat, and everything. It wasn't having every controller they have breaks that they had to sue Nintendo. That's a real thing that Nintendo got sued for, by the way. Is how shitty their controllers are. So I guess in 2025 something finally gave. And it was the shit bricking. Well,
yeah.
I mean, listen, they put up with a lot. They put up more than I would with that sorry ass company.
Well, let me ask you this: what system you said is the Switch 2 bricking now?
They can brick it if whatever they got set up with that thing, it could brick your console.
If you try to the Steam machine and this Xbox Rogue Ally, they're open platforms, right? And if you try to turn the Switch 2 into an open platform, Nintendo can brick your shit remotely. I don't even know how they can do it. But goddamn, that's some crazy shit.
Yep.
That's like you only gonna play our shit. You only gonna go to our store, Nintendo store. Fuck you. Fuck it. You paid $400. This is how it's gonna be. That's crazy.
People ain't liking that, man. It's like you said.
They're not. And
but let's get back on track. Dea, continue.
Okay, so that's one segment. That's the PC guys are the other segment because they like what they see. Because to them, they're looking at Microsoft as also in PC, and they're doing what they've asked Microsoft to do for years. Take some of that bloat out of Windows so that the games run smoother, right? Especially when it comes to the handhelds, that's a problem. This solves that problem, and right now, as it stands, it's the only handheld that does it. So then you got them, all right, and they can access everything, even the Game Pass and stuff. And then you got the PlayStation guys. Now they're already on Game Pass, so like they looking at it as a consumer. And I don't care what anybody say. Most of them guys have already switched over. The ones that are the loudest, and they're looking at it like, man, right now all they got to compare this to is the Portal. So this thing blows the Portal out of the water.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So they have nothing like that on the other side. Now it's not to say that PlayStation ain't making something, but they don't have the ecosystem.
They ain't making jack.
That Xbox had. What did Xbox promote during their show? Xbox Play Anywhere. Mm-hmm. So you buy one game from them, you do not have to repeat that. It works everywhere as long as you within the ecosystem.
Yep.
So
hey Thea, let me get at you with this ROG Ally because
this
is important, and you could jump on after this here because it's talking about what you're saying. And a lot of people didn't even I and Unlimited talked about this some time ago. I really didn't want it because it's about $10 billion to bring hardware to market, and this since they're working in conjunction with, and actually ROG Allied came to them and said, hey, help us
Yes, they
with this,
did.
let's collaborate. So now they don't have to put put up all of the money for research and development, so it reduces the cost, and they really had a joint venture towards this, so it's saving more money, which is the business aspect of it.
Mhm.
And now it's really an open platform that can play
Yeah.
all of these different things.
And
You get
and
that
you know
right, brother.
what? This makes me wonder if the next Xbox is going to go this route too, or if they're still going to do, still they're still going to make that next Xbox hardware themselves.
Well, I believe they're making it themselves because that's the Surface team that made
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
the first one
Okay, yeah.
a long time ago. Yeah, and you saw
yeah.
Jason. Well, oh, the thing to see, in case you guys haven't seen it, is the deep dive to this raw
Yes,
Xbox.
I
You
saw
have
that.
got to see that. It's about
Yes,
15
it's
minutes.
very
It
good.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, man, go
Yeah,
ahead, dear.
there's two parts to it.
It's wonderful. I saw that deep dive. Everybody should watch it if you're interested in what the console could look like, because I believe that Xbox is learning from this, and I do believe they're going to unify everything just like they're doing here. They're using this as a testing ground too before they come out with the console. That's what I believe. And I believe the console is going to mirror that, because they they tell you themselves everything is an Xbox as far as they're concerned, and they
Hmm.
want to unify everything. That's how they are. So I think that was the biggest mic drop of the show. As great as the games were, that is still causing waves right now. People are still talking about that handheld. There's people saying they're
Yeah,
already ready to buy it.
yeah.
Yep.
Let me
It's also
go ahead.
the thing that got the most views on their YouTube
It
channel.
was,
And let me tell you something. I
different
I
people.
was not going to buy it 100% until I saw that deep dive. I said, you know what? If I have any loose change laying around, I'm adding to it and getting that thing. Go ahead.
Mhm. I want it really bad. I gotta see, but I'm gonna try for it. But I really want it. It's so good. I mean, look into the deep dive, you guys. You'll see it's very good. And if the console is going to look like that, I think we got some surprises ahead of us. I personally think the console is going to mirror that. But
I don't think it's going to be anything like that, but that's a different
not
topic.
a handheld. You talking about like being able to access other platforms?
I don't know how there'll be legal loopholes if it were the console. The reason that they're able to escape this one is because it's made in conjunction with another hardware developer. So they're able to skirt around it a little bit. But if it's a regular Xbox device, then something is going to have to give. I don't think that's going to be. I think they fell into just the right situation where someone came to them and said, "Hey, let's do this together," you know. And I think they just brought over some people. It's like, here, we were working on something like this. Here's our team. Let's see what we could come up with, But you don't ever forget what Phil Spencer said. The best way to play an Xbox game is through the console. He
Hmm.
said that years ago. And I just think these guys have been hard working at it. But you remember Sarah Bond was recruited because she made some crazy connection with T-Mobile. She innovated something with T-Mobile that made them really, really efficient. And when she was talking one time, she said she wanted to bring that scheme to the Xbox and make it where everyone can play it everywhere, no matter where you are. She did something like that at T-Mobile, and she brought that expertise here. But I think that Xbox is going to be something different, powerful but different, but still able to work in conjunction with everything they said. Like everything is Xbox.
I don't know. I guess it's based on how Xbox is defined. If they're placing their games everywhere, what would be the objection? Because they are selling games absolutely everywhere. So what are they trying to say, that you can't sell hardware? Because that's basically all they're doing is selling some hardware at that point. If they're
No, but
placing
if
their
you
games
think about
everywhere.
it, we can't. put Spider-Man on our Xbox console, but you can put Spider-Man on this
Oh
Log
yeah, yeah,
Ally thing.
yeah.
So
But
I
that's
don't
why
know.
I think
You could be
Steam is
right, but
going
I,
to
I
be
don't.
brought over. That's what I
Yeah,
think. I believe
yeah,
that is real because we saw an
yeah.
accidental leak of that, and I think that again, if you're a conspiracy theory like me, theorist like me, I believe at some point when Gabe is ready to sell, he most likely will sell to
Mm,
Microsoft. And if
Hmm.
yeah.
that happens and Xbox has something of a uniform platform where it's a smooth transition for Steam and Xbox platform to work together, I think that makes it even better. So I think it's a lot more forward thinking when it
You
comes
you know
to.
what, dear? Did you see the Gears deep dive?
I didn't see the Gears.
You need
They
to
have
watch
one
that.
for Gears.
Oh
I
my
didn't see
goodness.
that.
I
Yeah.
saw it by accident at 3 in the morning last night.
No way.
When
Oh,
when you see that, you'll see what I'm saying. Because
That was what?
they they made it where and of course we don't like it, so let's just say that right here because I want Sony dead, okay? But
right.
since it's happening. They're going to be able to play seamlessly with PlayStation people and Nintendo Switch people.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hey,
you got to
Allison,
see that. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Allison,
What's up,
I
Tuck?
caught you in a big lie.
Oh
Oh.
shit.
Let me tell you right now. Now you talking about killing off Sony? Okay, okay. Let's say like an Xbox do have a Steam on their new system and all that stuff. Okay, let's say like if Sony decided to go in and say, well, nah, y'all can't play Xbox games on the Steam Deck. So hell, if you want to pull all your damn games off the damn Steam Deck, hey, who that's killing? That's killing
Yeah,
you.
that's actually an excellent point, Tuck. And
That's
that's why that's not going to happen. You know what that is, Tuck? People who say that again, they're stuck in the console war mindset,
yep.
and they think Sony's over here looking like, man, how can we shoot ourselves in the foot even more? Oh yeah, let's remove our games off fucking Steam. The only other option we have to make more money since nobody buy our games. It's so silly and stupid that the only people it makes sense to are these gamers who don't know anything about anything except for what video game they play.
Hey, and they unlimited. Hey, unlimited. And Sony should have already learned a lesson with Hell Divers. They're the one that decided to go ahead and pull Hell Divers all from 171 countries. For
Hey Tuck,
what?
let me
Bullshit?
pull a
Just
E Rock
because
on you.
just because of they want the numbers. All you had to do just made a doggone thing to tally the numbers. But no, you didn't want to do that. I mean, you got 100 and something. I mean, you don't even hear nobody talk about Helldivers 2 no damn more. I mean, am I right or wrong?
You're
Yeah.
100% correct, but let me pull an E-Rock on you. Sony's so stuck in their ways and they so arrogant. They didn't even they still they didn't learn their lesson with the Walkman, how things change,
Mm.
with the Betamax, how things change, with the CD player, how things change. They didn't learn how things change as things kept going on. They didn't know how, like when iPod, uh, Apple really killed them when they came out with what's that iPod thing that
Hmm.
really crushed them. They didn't learn their lesson with the phone. All of Sony's innovations, they wanted to stick with it, stick with it, stick with it, and they
Well, I
died,
mean,
died. They doing exactly the same thing right now, and I love it. Let them
I
keep
mean,
doing it.
you made a good point there because think about it, Alice. Look what's going on with their TV. Their TVs ain't about shit.
No,
Everybody, everybody got the same damn technology.
Hey,
Everybody told
change,
Sony's ass straight
change
up.
this nigga's birth certificate.
yeah, right.
Everybody told Sony's ass straight up. If you want to go and hang with it, you got to bring your prices down.
Mhm. Yeah. Great point there. But let's pull it back. Let's get back on track
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll
Yeah.
wrap it up by saying, yeah, that was my number one thing
Hmm.
because of I believe what I believe, how people are
That was
reacting
great
to it,
too.
how it's
Mhm.
connecting a lot of people from different areas of gaming. They all just seemed at all when they saw that handheld, and I'm like, they may
For
have,
now,
you know how when the Switch hit the right thing and it just drew in a lot of people. I think they may have found their niche with that, you know. And finally, I just want to say to Emmanuel A1, Grounded 2 for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to
Hey.
see that game.
I was about to say, don't laugh
Yeah,
until you see that deep dive.
Man, I
Yeah,
love
look,
Grounded, man.
look. I'm going to be praising the fuck out of Obsidian when it's my turn to speak. All right, because they blow me away. Every showcase they find a way to blow me away. But Tuck,
Yes,
was that
Tuck
second
had a
man?
turn.
I said
Yeah.
the game of Valve was a masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
Say that again. What did he say?
He said the game of Avowed is a masterpiece.
Oh,
Yeah, it is. It really is a masterpiece.
Yeah. Tuck, man, I know that you kind of spoken a lot, but still, do you have anything you want to add about the showcase?
All I gotta say is this: I'd be so damn glad when Sony get out the business. Y'all can understand. I mean, I want to make a sermon out of this, and it's gonna be a preaching sermon too. Out of all these doggone Sony fans that's really over there cracking down on Sony, saying Sony this, Sony that, are they talking anymore? They can't talk. I want to know what the hell is Wolverine. I mean, nobody even heard about that in a long time. I mean, all you hear is that they're gonna come out with a new show, they're gonna do a new show, they're gonna come out with a new standard of play and all that stuff. What had that done? That haven't done shit. It has not done a damn thing for them at all. They show the same damn games over and over. Oh, it's like a damn broken record. As long as Sony keep on doing that, I'm loving it because they're showing that they don't have nothing. And the only thing that they got to survive on is who games? Our games on Xbox brand. And I'm just being serious. All those games that's gonna come out on the on the PlayStation, they gotta pay for it. We don't. We got an option to pay for it or not pay for it. Okay? Let's talk about your little PSN service and all that stuff.
Yeah. Tuck. I don't mean to cut. This doesn't have to do with the showcase, man. And that's what I asked you about. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you right now.
Yeah. This has more to do with your fucking hatred of them niggas. Let that shit go. Like I did, homie. Like I don't give a fuck about them. No, I don't even talk. Elizabeth, I don't even talk about them niggas no more. Why?
But no, getting back to the showcase, like you said, the showcase it was a masterpiece on how they broke it down, how they did this and how they did that. Especially that one at the end, because nobody even see the name of Call of Duty at all. I'm like, damn. They said world premiere, but hell, we didn't know it was Call of Duty 7 until it showed up at the end. We thought it was another game. I mean, man, so I'm telling you right now, man, Xbox got it going on for themselves right now. Microsoft really is doing a good job. And everybody in this panel, y'all know that everybody in this panel know that we are the best system out there, by far none. I don't give a shit about Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch can suck it. I mean, I want to say what I want to say, but there's a lady present, and her name is Thea. So I don't want to say that.
You had to emphasize.
And
When
Sony and Nintendo,
I
don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
nigga had to emphasize. It's a lady here. Her name is dead.
Oh, my bro.
Microsoft rocked the whole doggone thing. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm through.
Excellent stuff as always there, Tuck. And yeah, Coco Fiend, he said, I didn't know the Invincible Versus was made by a team of devs that worked on Killer Instinct 2013.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. And so I guess that's a big reason it showed up on the showcase. But Other Zinc, my friend, Other Zinc.
Have you ever seen that cartoon?
Invincible?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on
Man,
it's on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Man, fuck Invincible and fuck the boys too.
Yeah, I can't get into the boys, man.
They copied off of DC, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
Well, DC is too dark. They put a different skin on that shit now. But oh, the Invincible's the greatest thing ever. The boys, man, get the fuck out of here. Just go sit down somewhere.
He's not wrong, folks. But other Zinc, yesterday's showcase. Let me get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, well, I like chiming in when everybody is chiming in, but I'm gonna be quick with this one because no one is gonna say this one. But Dia and I talked about this. Well, all of us talked about it before, but Dia was really heartfelt talking about this. What I like most about that excellent presentation, it was an excellent presentation. Okay, I didn't have to watch some damn pony bot, some pony or some biased ass media type or some
Paul
biased
Tassi.
ass YouTuber. I didn't have to watch Paul Tassi. I didn't have to see Paris Lily. I didn't have to see Destin. I didn't have to see IGN. They had the three leaders of Xbox narrate that show. Then when they had the deep dive, they had the team making a show with a couple, I guess, actors in there. But I didn't have to see nobody's face. They don't give a shit about the Xbox. I didn't have to see Colt. I didn't have to see someone that's going to listen to Phil Spencer, going to listen to Matt Booty, going to listen to Sarah Bond, then go on Colt's show and talk about how the Xbox ain't shit. I didn't have to see any of that. I enjoyed the whole show and didn't have to see one of those people's faces. Not one time. That's what I like the most out of the show, other than that game, Clockwork Revolution. When I saw all of the things that game could do, I said, "How am I going
That's
to die?"
innovation.
That
That's
game.
innovation.
Yeah, dude, I'm never gonna die.
Well,
You
no.
could do all of that stuff with that game. Hey man, but y'all could keep going. I'll chime in. But that's what
Zing,
I like the
Zing.
most about the show. Yeah.
Hey, Zing, homie, the reason why you ain't see all of them no more, Colin and all of them, and Destin and all of them, because they don't have a leg to stand on anymore, dog.
Yeah.
This is
You
a
you
fact too.
know we living in a weird ass timeline. Like the Flash wants to went back in time and fucked up our shit too. You know we living in a weird ass timeline when Colin Moriarty is on his little podcast called Sacred Symbols, right? Sacred Symbols, the PlayStation XO and all that shit. You know we in a weird timeline when Colin Moriarty is like, man, I can't believe it. A lot of the best selling games on PlayStation are Xbox. Xbox is just the number one publisher on PlayStation. He was sitting there like tears in his eyes. I only peeked it for a minute because I don't watch any of that bullshit. But
Right.
I peeked it, said okay, and turn because we told y'all niggas. We've been telling you for 25 years, you fucking clown. So now y'all you know when the leader of the fucking PlayStation nation is finally coming to the realization that they lost this bullshit console war that they perpetuated for all these years. We living in a weird ass timeline. But go ahead, Zach.
No, man, I'm good right there. And you're right about that. And they had to all wait. And I loved it. But I never forget how dear it just hearing how her voice felt, saying I had to sit there and listen to Paris, and I know he's not an Xbox dude.
And that,
I mean, I haven't forgotten about that. But
oh,
y'all
like
could go ahead.
Yep.
nigga looking like Seal and shit. I can't-
Yeah. E-Rock, E-Rock, I want to hear your thoughts. Yesterday's showcase, what did you think?
Oh man, I thought it was first of all I had to look for it and wait for most of the videos to pop up on various channels because I don't have a YouTube account no more, so everything is age restricted. Like what the fuck? Like, wait a minute. I can go to the damn bikini channel and see chicks in Miami Fashion Week with rectal floss up their ass, but I can't look at Indiana Jones and the Golden Circle. Get the fuck out of here, YouTube. You corny. But anyway, from what I saw, man, it's just signifying what we said 5 years ago. The Xbox is leveraged for the next 30 years. In case nobody knew what the fuck we meant when we said that, because we're Xbox. We don't know what the fuck we talk. We don't know anything. Me, Unlimited, Hebot, Sega Man, even though D is new, Tuck, Zinc, even though he's new. We only been gaming for a combined 90 fucking years. There's no way we would know anything. We said 5 years ago that Xbox, by buying all of these publishers and on top of the 20 studios they already had, that they were leveraged for the next 30 years. in 30 years, because it takes these goddamn games forever to come the fuck out, right? Because we're still waiting to see Perfect Dark. We're still waiting for a release date for Clockwork Revolution. But I was impressed with the show, man. As you know, even now as we speak, you can fucking preload 90% of the shit that's on this wall now. I got the, I think I got the Outer Worlds preloaded. I got Ninja Gaiden 4 preloaded. I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 preloaded, and I ain't played Tony Hawk's 1 or 2. I don't care. I got Gears of War Reloaded, preloaded. What else? What else, man? Yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Tony.
Sega Man always said we eating good over here, right? That's right, man. Make E-Rock YouTube again. Y'all want to make this country gate? Make me YouTube again. Hey, listen, man, we eating good over here, dog. But to see all of them games saying they won on Game Pass, they won on Game Pass, they won on Game Pass. You know, man, I had no idea 8 years ago when I got my free trial to Game Pass from this dude named Andy Mack. I was in love with Game Pass then. When that shit came out in 2017, guys, I said, this is a game changer. But to see this show yesterday and see everything saying they won on Game Pass, they won on Game Pass, they won on Game Pass, that's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. And, you know, I'm beyond caring about what anybody thinks on any other platform side, because, you know, you choose your own misery in life. Y'all choose to be miserable over there in Nintendo. Y'all choose to be miserable over there on PlayStation. If I was a PlayStation guy, I would have been told PlayStation, yo, we want our games on PSN day and date, but they won't do it. So who cares? Fuck them. Who cares? Y'all like to suffer. We eating good over here, man. But I have a different problem. I still haven't finished Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, bro, me too. My goodness gracious.
I still haven't finished Avowed. I still haven't finished Ninja Gaiden Black. I still haven't finished South of Midnight. You know, because I don't have time to finish a lot of these games. And boom, what do they do in Game Pass?
Give you more games.
They dropped something called Meta. What the fuck is this game? Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna get back to it. Give me a minute. Unlimited, because I know this nigga looking at this timer we gotta get out of here.
While he's doing that,
hold on. Nigga, I'm losing my chain of thought. Yo, they dropped what is this shit? Metaphor?
Oh yeah, Metaphor. Yeah, Refantasia.
I don't even play them Japanese RPGs, but I'll play this shit. Yo, Expedition 33. I'm still trying to finish that. Doom the Dark Ages is a banger. Like, yo, South of Midnight, which I bought almost instantly. Yo, man, my bad. Space Marines drops in a couple of days. Space Marine 1. That's coming again.
Yeah.
Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, and all of this stuff is preloaded on my Xbox right now. I have a wall of games. What is this shit? Lost in Random, The Eternal Die. Yo, guys, this is the Outer Worlds 2. This is crazy. I have never seen anything like this in my life as a gamer. I've never experienced anything like this. You know, we don't have to tell anybody Xbox is the best box, Xbox is the best ecosystem. If that show didn't prove it to you, this last year proved it to you with Dustin Legary, Colin Moriarty, everybody with crocodile tears in their eyes, like, wow, I can't believe this. Xbox is the #1 publisher on PlayStation. Wow, I can't believe this. Yo, man, it is what it is, man. Maybe we fully didn't understand what Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond was doing, but now we understand. Oh, well, your games are you have no exclusives. Like, man, yo, the exclusives are done. Exclusives. I'm not saying they're done, but like Unlimited said, exclusives don't sell fucking consoles no more, man. They just don't. Any y'all can talk all the shit y'all want. It wasn't just, let's just say Doom the Dark Ages was exclusive to Xbox. Wasn't nobody saying I'm gonna buy Xbox to play Doom the Dark Ages. Wasn't nobody saying I'm gonna buy Xbox to play Adam Fall. Get the fuck out of here. Because if that was the case, you would have bought an Xbox 12 years ago to play fucking Rise on their own. You'd have bought an Xbox 12 years ago to play Sunset Overdrive. So these people were never going to buy Xboxes. So when Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, Matt Booty, and all of them sat down, and they probably sat down with whoever's in the circle of Xbox, said was, yo, we know a way that we can make money. We know a way that we can get our games out there to more people without them even having to get Game Pass. yo, man, Xbox on some diabolical wicked shit, and I ain't
Yeah.
mad at them because the end. I am the end user. I'm the consumer, right? And yeah, I know they don't give a fuck about me. I'm a dollar sign, but I am the end consumer. And when you have a show like that show yesterday, where I look and it's nothing but games coming, games that are coming day one to Game Pass, that's reassuring to me that like I don't have to buy shit ever again. I can just wait for these shits to come to Game Pass. If I choose to buy them when they come on sale, I can. Xbox is giving me choices. Cause I remember it was some clown the last show we did, some clown trying to, clown me about being on Game Pass and not buying
Oh
games.
man.
I said, look, homie, get it where you can get it, man. Get it where you can get it. You know what I mean? We getting it good over here. Like Sega Man has always said for 5 years, we getting good over here. But I thought the showcase was great, man. I'm surprised to see Call of Duty that quick. That was a hell of a fast turnaround.
Nobody
Um,
expected that.
no, I was surprised to see a Grounded 2 that came out of nowhere. The Keeper looks good. That
Hey,
game with like this.
how about Final Fantasy drop
Yeah.
as a shadow
One,
drop?
hold on 1 second, guys. Sega man, I'm gonna rotate you out and bring Keybot in.
All right, brother.
All
What
right.
was that?
Please,
Zach?
then, yeah. And then if you need something to say, Sega man, put in the private chat, and then I'll rotate whoever.
Okay, bro.
All right.
One of the Final Fantasies dropped, and
Yeah.
and I hate Final. If you don't know, I hate Final Fantasy. I never liked Final
Yeah.
Fantasy years ago, but
A
I'm
few of
just
them was
glad it's
good.
here. I'm just glad it's here. So all of these people will stop acting like it's we really need it, And some of my best friends love Final Fantasy, but I just got tired of hearing people saying, "But you don't have Final Fantasy. You don't." Now we got it, and
Now
Phil
it's
Spencer
over.
gave.
Yep.
Thank you, dear.
Yep.
But
And
but
by
we
the
always
way, if
but
you guys are interested to see how some Xbox people reacted to it, it's a video on YouTube. That they were recording. I guess they had like a little mini fan fest thing going on with Xbox, and I mean they lost their minds. They were so happy, and I think that was what made it worth it because these people wanted it on the platform that they play on, and it should never have been taken away from them. And so I was just happy in general for everybody who gets to play that game now. It should never have been like imprisoned on one platform.
but
Okay.
we I was going to tell Zeke we always had Final Fantasy. We had Final Fantasy 15. We had Final
Mhm.
Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 7, the original one. What PlayStation did was they money headed that Final Fantasy 7, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And Square Enix went along with it until Square Enix started seeing their fucking financial reports and said,
absolutely.
oh. So that's all. But anyway, man, to land my plane, as Sega Man always says, man, I enjoyed the showcase. That was a very diverse showing of games. I'm excited mostly about Clockwork Revolution. I'm excited about that game by Double Fine called The Keeper with that lighthouse walking around.
Mhm.
Like I like artsy shit like that. That's my twist.
Yes. Love it. Love it.
I don't give a fuck about ray tracing and all that shit. That's nice, but I want
Hey,
to see
E-Rock,
game. Yo,
didn't your game come out again? A prequel to A Plague's Tale?
oh
Yes,
my
Yeah, that's
God,
yes,
that's
right.
it
right.
is.
Resident.
Resonance.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
It's called Resonance.
Resonance. Yeah.
Resonance. Yeah. It's the for those of you who played A Plague's Tale 2,
I
it's the
did.
the gypsy
The
girl who's
gypsy
like a
lady.
cellular.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yo, I said Xbox Microsoft should have bought a Sobo years ago, man. But it's cool because it's coming to Game Pass day and date. Yo, I forgot about Resonance. Yeah, I'm excited about that too. Yeah, man. Yo, Xbox is doing it, man. But yeah, the show was great, man. It's like, god damn, I never thought I'd be complaining like this, but I got too many games to play. Like, god damn, Phil,
Yeah,
slow.
Mhm.
yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you to slow up, but
I just
yeah,
thought I'd remind you,
damn.
E-Rock, so you wouldn't come over my house and march around that mug until it fell like the walls of Jericho.
No, man.
So I'll be playing.
Yeah, out of nowhere, High on Life 2.
Yeah.
Oh
They
man.
they tripping. Yo, Phil is tripping. They tripping, cuz. This is probably the craziest shit I've seen since 2007. I never seen this many games, man. So I'm excited, man. The showcase was banging. The spirit of E3 is being kept alive by one game company, and that game company is Xbox. So hey man, everybody, man, look, you know, I ain't gonna tell you to wake up, stay asleep. But me and Sega Man and Dia and Unlimited, we eating good over here, man. In fact, we eating like hogs.
Yes,
we
we
can't
are.
even breathe. We so stuffed. I gotta start. I have to seriously start deleting shit off my hard drive next week. It's gonna be a pain to do. I don't want to do it, but Avowed or somebody got to go. Like
I use
it's
that all the time. When you said that like 2 years ago, I use that shit all the time.
yeah. But anyway, man, great show, guys. Great show.
Yeah.
E-Rock.
No.
Did you hear what I said, E-Rock? You hear what I said?
What's that?
I said, don't delete, just move. You move your stuff, your file, to a regular hard drive, and then when you're ready to play, you move it back to the SSD hard drive, and you won't have to worry about time consumption. It takes
okay.
the time. Like if you move it, it probably takes 15 minutes as opposed to taking 2 hours just to download.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
All you do is move it, and you can move all the Xbox X games that are Xbox enhanced into a regular hard drive. The only thing you can't do is play from it. When you're ready to play, you just move it back. Takes 15 minutes. Boom, play. You'll save yourself the headache. You'll save yourself a bunch of. You do it. Don't delete it. Move it. All right.
Oh yeah. With that said, excellent stuff there, E-Rock. Hebot, I'm gonna move on to your thoughts. However, Hebot, we're over an hour in, so try to keep it concise on your thoughts on the showcase, please. Because I know that you guys did something yesterday, and it went kind of long, but I don't have that time today to do a 2.5 hour.
Right, I didn't see the invite until just recently, so I just wanted to come in and at least show my, appreciation.
And shit, I appreciate that, man. Matter of fact, we got everybody here today, so
yeah, I see it. I think you ain't shit. You haven't told the brothers, but that's okay. Love you still, no matter what, brother.
Yeah. Hey. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, and I'm not trying to be offensive. For me, the showcase as a Xbox consumer was fantastic because you're getting everything on Game Pass day one. They had a plethora of different genres. There were some things that I am interested, but the problem as an Xbox fan, because they weren't games of my liking, a lot of them, I didn't really enjoy it because there was a lot of like RPG stuff. I don't like Dark Souls shit.
Yeah.
For me, even though that game from the Pokemon developers, which is Beast of Renaissance, looked incredible, if it's Dark Souls, I don't care. I'm gonna play it. Ninja Gaiden 4, I'm hyped up for that, but we already knew about it. Right? We knew about it. I'm definitely excited for the prequel for Plague Tales Renaissance, right? Because those first two games, as E-Rock said before, and I said, are phenomenal games that deserve way more attention and didn't get the praise because they weren't PlayStation 5 exclusives.
That's right.
Fully, they're full narrative games, right? That's what they claim. People want, all these narrative games. They're so beautiful. And yet nobody cared about those games. And they're high narrative and high action with a plethora of gameplay. All right? E-Rock knows because he played them. He knows, right? He's not a person is out here talking shit. Oh yeah, I hate that, but then didn't even touch the fucking game. He's not that type of person, right? Well, neither am I. So, but as and of course, the games that I did like, I'm not really sure if they are full blown like what do you call it? Like story driven. I don't know if they're free to play like the Japanese game. Daya knows the name with the 4-player co-op that it's a hack and slash with the anime style.
Solo level. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, solo, exactly that one. Thank you.
Solo leveling.
Leveling, yeah. It looked really cool. It is in my interest because you guys know I love hack and slash. I love beat 'em ups, my favorite genre. I'm just disappointed that we still haven't gotten, even though I can't say that because there's that Japanese game coming out or Korean that looks super high quality and next gen, and it's a beat 'em up with that. The guy has like a hoodie. I think it's called Blood from Hell or something like that. They showed it one of the.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, you right?
Yeah, that shit look hype.
Yeah. So for the first time, we're finally starting to see 3D platformers, and there's another one called Killboard that was on Xbox now, which I also bought. That is a beat 'em up, but it looks more high quality because it's 3D in a 3D world with with actual story. Which I wish there were more beat 'em ups like that, But as far as Clockwork Revolution, I think it looks phenomenal, but I don't like RPG. It's very RPG heavy, you could tell. So for me, I probably won't play it, but it does look phenomenal. I can't lie. All the details in how you construct your weapons, the powers that you use to change time while you're moving within the traversal of the world. The character building looks like it's going to be, pretty deep. Mm-hmm. It is an Exile, and Exile's professionals are known for that. What else? I do like that Super Meat Boy is transitioning to 3D in a 3D world, which looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool. Looks like it's going to be hard as fuck. The fucking Invincible game, I like the world, but I wish it would have been in a beat 'em up instead of a fucking fighting.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Because I think it fits well for a beat 'em up instead of a V versus. I think it fits better on a beat 'em up world because there's a lot of characters, a lot of enemies you can fight. You fight as a team, not just by yourself. So I think it would have worked more or better as a beat 'em up, in my opinion. Right? Most people will probably be like, "Shut the fuck up, you're stupid, you're old, you don't know what you're talking about." So that's fine.
Know how people like to be fighters, though. I'm not a fighter guy anymore. I used to be in the early
me
90s, but a lot of people like that. But go ahead.
Yeah, they love fighters, and and to be honest, I'm petty. I wish that Microsoft would have just did what stupid ass PlayStation did with that Marvel game with Arc System. Would be like, what? It's exclusive to Xbox, even if it only been one game. Because I'm petty as fuck like that. Because fuck Nintendo, fuck PlayStation. My whole thing has been, I know it's about making money, and I'm not hating that because making money is what got Xbox where it is right now, right? But them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about Xbox. Look how they fucking took another Team Ninja game in Neo 3, even though they ain't publishing it, and bought an exclusivity, but yet Microsoft is giving them the masterpiece that will be in Ninja Gaiden 4. Fuck those guys.
Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to clear all them fucking Souls-like clones, which
exactly.
Chris,
hey, but
Chris, that's why the motherfuckers is hurting, Chris. And
I know.
Nintendo ain't never gonna tell you they hurting, but we know they hurting. Hey, hold on. You know how I know Nintendo's hurting? They always they don't invest in research and development of more powerful hardware. They stick to guys. Have you noticed they stick to shit they can afford?
Every time.
They hurting, but they're not gonna say shit. We know Sony's hurting.
They never have. We know this, and we've been saying this. That's why they stay in their safe zone. That's why they stay with the money they have. Because Mario Kart World is basically a ripoff of Forza Horizon. And Mario Kart World doesn't have licensed cars, licensed locations, real-time graphics, ray tracing, real-time weather, none of that. And yet they're charging you $90 or $80 for the game when Forza was only $70 and you paid $100 and you got all the DLCs included. They're not even including the DLCs with Mario Kart World. The audacity of these fucking guys when it's a fake world, fake cars, fake tracks. Nothing's real. They don't pay no licenses. And you can't make the game fit.
And no one will say what you just said. Like Maddie Plays tried to say, oh, well, they're doing something different, so it could be worth $80. No. They didn't have to go to a location and reshoot everything and get an actual depiction of what Mexico actually is with real murals and things. This is in the damn game.
You know what I asked? You know what we would ask Maddie Play? Hey, Maddie, are they paying our license? No. Hey, Maddie, did they spend $300 million to make the game? No. Then there's no reason to charge $80 fucking dollars.
Absolutely.
But it cost at least $300 or $200 million to make just on licensing alone. Because they got over 800 cars, and each cars are from different licensed companies.
They charging Maddie Plays $80 for the shit because the nigga's like 48 years old and one of them motherfuckers shoot motherfuckers with a motherfucking coconut and a squirrel.
Turtle.
Hold on. Time out. Let me give out the shout out to Dorian from Direct Gaming. Thank you for stopping in, homie, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's
I like
my
that.
dude right there. The Texas
Big
Connect.
facts.
Yeah, the Texas Connect out there with Direct Gaming, but I just had to give him the shout out, man.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Hey, let me help you out a little bit, Hebot. When they secured Neo, I
Yeah.
actually like that because they're
Mhm.
spending extra money that they do not have.
That's
That's
what I
one
was
of the.
going to say.
That's go
They're
ahead, dear.
wasting money because Xbox is spending their money wisely across the board. Xbox is
Mhm.
so busy. I mean, sorry, PlayStation is so busy being terrified of Xbox, trying to trying to do whatever they can to survive. They're wasting money. That money should be going into more games,
Mhm.
but
Well,
they're
that's what,
busy.
like I told you yesterday, dear. Remember when we were talking with Sega Man? I said that Sony does these punk ass moves because they don't have the affordability to put their games day and day on a Game Pass and still make profit. They don't have that.
In order for them to make profit off of their service, they have to have games that produce reoccurring revenue. So they'll never
Mhm.
have that. But here's the
Mhm.
thing, E-Rock, they're not.
Direct
They're
kick.
they're losing money with by holding games over. And like Dia said, they should invest that money in something else. That's why they don't have factions. If they took all of the games that they money had it, they could have made factions, but they could have saved some of these games that they had to cut. They had 12
Zink. You're giving factions too much credit. Look, when Bungie,
I'm
when
bullshit.
Bungie, current Bungie that can't release a good game to save their life anymore, played factions like, nah, this shit's trash, and had to cancel it. That game would just lost more money than Concord.
Yo, Bungie is in shambles, but that's another discussion for another day. Woo! Microsoft dodged a bullet with that bullshit.
Hey,
Yo, look, they
me
were Neo from the Matrix on that one, man.
Hold on, wait,
I
hold
think
on, dear. Let
they're
me
like
catch.
prophets or something because they knew that thing stank because they didn't go nowhere near.
Wow.
Hold on, wait. One, let me catch the whole panel in a lie. You two, Tuck. Hey, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Bungie was great. They were great. We missed them. They were great. Now that they even made a great game with Destiny under Activision. Now that they come to Sony, now all of a sudden they ain't shit. No, Sony can't manage their way out of a wet ass paper bag holding a bowling ball.
Zink. I don't want to get off subject because Unlimited Production. He got his timer on. He got his timer on like he baking
sure
a motherfucking
does.
cake, like he baking
That's
a
a
goddamn
stopwatch
butt
he
cake.
got.
But yo, listen, man. But Microsoft dodged a bullet with that shit,
This is
didn't
a
they?
fact.
Everybody was like, "Oh, 343 Studios took over. They kicked Bungie to the no. Bungie left. They thought
Yeah,
the grass was gonna be greener over on the
they
other
did.
side. It wasn't. And now what? 8 or 9 years later,
Oh,
them
damn, so
motherfuckers
much
is on
trouble.
the verge of collapse. They have been caught. They have been caught stealing
Stealing.
artwork. They have been caught doing all
Yeah,
kinds of erroneous shit. They ain't making no
Well,
money.
yeah, I remember. I remember.
Hold on,
Let him finish.
PlayStation. Word of the street is PlayStation is considering whether or not to dissolve them or take them over. Yo, Microsoft dodged a bullet.
One more unlimited. Hey, E-Rock, I caught him in another lie. E-Rock, how can you dissolve something that isn't there? Man, there have been a plethora of team members that have left. They just
that's
scattered,
true.
but
That's
they're
true.
gone.
Yeah.
We're
You
talking about
guys,
a company.
you guys gotta remember also that most of the main Bungie devs they came to
They
343
Halo
Studios.
because Bonnie
They
Rose
left.
recruited 70% of those niggas.
This is the same. This is the same company. This is the same company that PlayStation fans like Iron Wolf was saying when Sony bought them. Man, way to respond to the Activision deal, Sony, by buying
No.
Bungie.
You forgot. They were saying that they own Halo now.
Oh yeah.
That's what they were saying. That they own Halo now.
God forgive me, man. I don't mean to laugh at nobody's misfortune, but man,
No, I
Xbox,
do.
they dodged a bullet with that bullshit, didn't they? God
I
damn.
Let me
agree
say
with you,
this.
E-Rock. I agree
Unlimited.
with that.
This is true. This is true right here. It's Bungie didn't tell the Naughty Dog team the game wasn't good. They told Naughty Dog, hey, if you're going to make a live service game, you have to do this, you have to do this. There's a lot of maintenance that goes along with the game. And they were like, forget that. we'll scratch this and start and keep making that one game with the chick with the bald head. They kept up with that game, but that's why they stopped doing it, because they were going to have all of this upkeep to make that live service, to the game live.
Zink. Hey, Zink, you mean to tell me that Xbox knew what they were doing by letting Bungie walk?
Hey,
it's crazy. That's some crazy shit.
I'm sure Xbox would have liked to have had Destiny. Now Destiny may be gone forever.
Yeah, man. Whew.
Phil's a big step.
Sorry. Go ahead, Hebot. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just saying that Phil is a big Destiny fan, so he would have loved to have Destiny, but control of it, right? But Bungie wanted to scatter them stuff their own way. They even made people believe that Microsoft had them handcuffed, not letting them do creative things. When that was and then that came out that was a lie. They admitted the truth afterwards, and so most of the bigger guys at Bungie, the big dogs, they just left and came to 343. That's why I told people, I don't know why y'all riff and bitch so much about Halo when it's the original team from the original Bungie that's still there. The Bungie that stayed at Destiny, that's why they're doing all that crazy shit over there at Sony, because it's not the same team no more. It's just leftovers, basically. You know what I mean? Stealing people's artwork. Like, what the fuck?
I know. Crazy. And that's not even the first time they've done it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it's unfortunate, but they did that to Bullet.
They deserve it.
Yes, I'm thinking what they deserve. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mo. That's what I was going to say about it.
He bought Chat, Tuck, Daya, Zink, E-Rock. Look, Bungie thought that the grass was greener, but this is how and to me this is how it kind of comes out stupid to me. It's not like they left some foo-foo company. They left fucking Microsoft.
That's true.
Right? By the way, Microsoft, a company, and I don't think Microsoft has ever, it's not like Apple in the 90s where they were almost on the verge of bankruptcy. I don't think they've ever had that in their company history.
Ever.
Right? Zink, E-Rock, y'all know a little more than me on the history.
Microsoft saved out. Remember that.
Yeah, so they had security
loan to save them.
Yeah, and they will not Phil Spencer. What's the Bill Gates? He was walking out of the courtroom. Judge is like, no, man, they have to figure out how they're going to pay this money back. Bill's like, no, man, we good. You let them.
They don't have to pay. Yeah.
They don't have to pay. We good. We gonna leave. We're going to McDonald's right now.
Xbox has never been in trouble, even though that's what we were always told and led to believe. I could never understand how in 2017 a $600 billion company then could be in trouble. But according to Colin Moriarty and all IGN and everybody, Xbox was dying. Xbox is dead, right? Hey, Dad, remember Xbox is dead. How the fuck they releasing handhelds? What's happening here?
I know. Yeah, they're not making the next console. Yeah, this is what we hear, but here they come dropping the high-end, incredible handhelds. So
what timeline are we living in where Xbox is doing all of this shit and Bungie might be closing their doors and PlayStation has been through 196 fucking CEOs? What timeline are we living in?
Hey, let me say this, and Unlimited, you just made me think about this. This is one of the things I wanted to say. You also, 100 cussed me out because I never played Outer Worlds. Now I'm going to have to play Outer Worlds because I watched the Outer World 2 deep dive. So during that deep dive, I think that was it. I think it was them. But the leader of the group said, because it was like he kind of posed what he was about to phrase as what's different now. And he was like, what's different now is we have the money to do what we need to do. That tells it all right there. So why would you want to leave Microsoft in the first place?
Right.
You thinking the grass is green on the other side. That's another deep dive you guys got to see. That Outer Worlds 2 is amazing.
Yeah, I watched some of it. I couldn't continue to watch. I had to stop. I got to go back and finish it because I did watch about half of it.
I also think Bungie got big.
Oh yeah. Say what you need to say, Hebot, and then finish what you were saying about the showcase.
Yeah. Well, I also think that Bungie got too cocky. They thought that without them, Xbox couldn't do nothing with Halo because the deal was we keep the IP, you move on, and you leave. And I think that's what they thought essentially.
Yeah, they thought. But what they
You know what I
didn't
mean?
know that Bonnie Ross was that dude. They was like, I'll be the first employee of 343, and then she built the damn fortress.
Right. Bonnie Ross
And
been there
took
since day
they
one.
shit. What's that?
That Bonnie Ross has
Yeah.
been there since day one with
Oh yeah,
Halo. Since day one.
she's been there. She's been there since they had Flight Simulator and Age of Empires. But
Right.
when Bungie left, they had nothing. And Bonnie went to, I forget her boss's name. She went to. She was like, no, let's keep making Halo. He was like, hey, we have no team. She was like, let me have it. That's how that started. That's how 343 started. Then she
Right.
recruited. Then she recruited the bald head guy. I'm forgetting his name, and my girl Kiki Wolfkill, and then she stole the rest of Bungie. 70% of those jokers. But anyway, y'all, Unlimited. We don't know what you thought.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I told Hebot to finish what he's saying, then I'll give my thoughts.
Yeah, so basically,
God damn.
like I was
Yeah.
saying,
Is there you got a tiger back there, Hebot?
yeah, I got a lion. A lion. Basically, like I was saying, is like I know the show as far as showing a bunch of stuff with all genres. You know, they hit it on the nail. I just felt like a lot of stuff was like fluff, like as far as the the DLCs for like Sea of Thieves, or like some of the other stuff that they could have just probably announced, like the Gears of War stuff. I felt like you could have just announced that on Twitter,
No,
through a
people
little,
like me have to see that.
you know what I mean, where you don't really have to see it like that, but or spend time on the big stage that takes so long all year just to get there, and just maybe show something else. But I also feel like they also spend too many announcements on the Outer World, even though they were going to do a 1 hour, breakdown after the show. Like they did it twice. Like, you didn't need to do that. But for
No,
me, it
but
felt like
people don't get a chance to see those things, Heba. And remember how they complain that, oh, they showing this too much when they should be showing the show. And so they give you a little bit, and then the second part of the marketing, they'll give you those who like those games. Here's an extended version of a synopsis of what you saw right here.
I get why they're doing it. I'm just saying that for me, I felt like that was like fluff because I'm looking at it from the standpoint of somebody that's paying attention all the time, right? That's what I'm saying for me. That's why I felt. But again, I it was like I didn't enjoy it the way I wanted to, because I didn't feel like there was enough games there for me that I like. But I know there's a lot of stuff there, like the Final Fantasy stuff that was announced. Cool, but it's been 7 years, almost 8 years, and it is what it is. But at least we're getting it now. The same thing like when they announced Wukong on fucking social. Like, okay, well, after they lied, oh well, it is what it is. I want I want Microsoft to and then as far as the handheld, I don't really care about handheld. I'm not going to be playing outside, at any point. But I get why people do that. People that travel, or people that go, that do certain recreational things and they take it with them on the go. I get it. For me, I'll never use that because I don't care about that, even though it's cool. Pricing might be also an issue. Depending on the price, it might attract more people. If it's not too expensive, it's not. But if it is, it might not. It might fail. I don't know. I hope it doesn't do that. I hope it's priced well. But again, we don't know. It's too early. It don't come out to the holiday. I just feel like it felt like more of a setup kind of fluff show until next year, because when Phil came out and he said, they want to celebrate the 30 years with fans, of lifelong fans, and
30 years
going forward to the future, right? And he's saying going into
25 years.
right, and then going into the future with their big IPs for next year. And he mentioned, Halo. He mentioned Forza. He mentioned Gears. He mentioned Fable. Maybe possibly even State of Decay. You know what I'm saying? All those big bangers. I'm thinking that maybe next year we're going to see the new console announcement to come out for next year, and they're going to launch with all those games day one. That's what I'm feeling that they're going to do. That's my take on it. And if that's the
Let me
case,
answer Hebot real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing, and I'll be quick because I know Unlimited has to. Because I really want to hear what Unlimited has to say. But look, here's the thing. Everything and when you market your products, it's everything isn't for everyone. Like
Yeah,
everyone doesn't need a
absolutely.
Cadillac. Everyone doesn't need a minivan, let's say, but they need this little Equinox over here. Or some people may prefer this Cadillac Escalade. So General Motors is going to make an assortment of vehicles to try and
Hmm.
fit every category: the high school student, the college student,
Hmm.
the female, the male, and the family. And even there are games that I don't like. I don't like Microsoft, the world's most popular game. I can't stand Minecraft. But
Yeah,
what
me neither.
Minecraft
Mhm.
does, Minecraft, it feeds the engine.
Yes,
It's a
Yeah,
cash cow.
yeah.
yes,
Halo
it
is a
does.
cash cow.
Hmm.
Sea of Thieves is a massive cash cow.
Mhm.
It keeps
Hmm.
making money every day. So you have to show someone Sea of Thieves. I'm surprised they didn't show Minecraft. You have to
Right,
show
right.
these.
Hmm.
You have to show me Gears. Just to, even though I hate I'm saying this because Erock is gonna walk over here and say some shit to me. I play Gears every chance I get. So
Yes,
I
yes,
don't want to tell him I got 6,000 plus hours in this damn game. So,
yeah,
but I have to see Gears, you know? And even
yeah.
with the ROG Ally, I'm with you. I would never think of buying this shit. But
Right.
I
Hmm.
damn sure won't buy it for my kids, but unless, they ask me for it, but they don't want that shit. But the thing is, it's an assortment of
You got to
people out
cover all
here
the bases.
that want
Yeah,
this
yeah.
product. So
The
you
option
have
and
to
extension. Hmm.
it and Microsoft as a corporation, they have something that everyone needs. Really, they have something that other corporations need. So you have to entertain everyone.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
as long as there's something there for someone, but for most of these games, they feed the engine that is
Hmm.
all of
Hmm. I agree.
Microsoft. And
Absolutely.
that's why the Xbox division is the third most profitable division at Microsoft. But you just have to look at it that way. It helps the whole business, just like you help your whole family by the things you do to provide for your family.
Right,
You know,
right. Well, that's
your
why I said
kids
it.
may want different things, but every kid is different. But that's the way you have to look at the business.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. That's why I said, you heard me, I said that as a Xbox consumer, right? And not saying a fan, as an Xbox consumer, it was excellent because they covered all their bases, covered all the ground, they covered a bunch of genres. It's something there for everybody. You get what I'm saying? And when you look at it, the show in that standpoint, the show they did an excellent job. They've done an excellent job for the past 3 years, in my personal opinion. I don't think they ever faltered, and people just don't see it that way because they people, most of them looking from the outside in, they're looking at it only from a fanboy perspective, right? Like, oh, they only
This
cater
is a
to us
fact. And
instead of
he
selling
bought
to
that's
everybody else.
that's why Sony is failing now. They can't
Mm-hmm.
feed all of the engines that want to play their console. They have to go outside to pull things in because they don't have something for everyone.
Look
People
at
like
the
to
Sony
say
show.
Sony does, but they don't. They
Look at
have
the
to
Sony
go to
show,
a
Zane.
third party. They have to go to a third party, and it costs them more for a third party because it's not in-house development. Like
Mm-hmm.
Unlimited opened a show with what Phil Spencer has done. They put things in house so they don't have to pay a third party and it's not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
That's the Sony show, Zink. The Sony show, it was like one game only, literally, or maybe two, that were an exclusive. Everything else was third party. They just didn't put the name in the bottom, available on all platforms like Microsoft did, right?
Mhm.
But it was
Hmm.
all third party. Everything's coming to Xbox, with the exception of think of two games, which was Neo and the fighting game, the Capcom game, right? But with
Hmm.
Microsoft, a lot of people didn't realize, there were a couple of games. The Keeper, that wasn't mentioned for PlayStation. They Grounded too, that wasn't mentioned for PlayStation. They did it, but they did
Clockwork
it. They
Resolution
just
Yeah,
wasn't
so.
either, I don't
and
think.
solo
Mhm.
leveling also didn't have PlayStation on it.
That as well. Yes, absolutely. So is it time to switch it? Possibly. Maybe it's not because we've got games like a Valve, Starfield, you know what I mean? That are just on Xbox, even though people use the narrative of, oh, they don't have no games only on Xbox. That's a lie. That's not true at all. I just found out what the other day. My son pulled up Ninja Blade on the PC to see how it
Yeah, you
looks, and he
bought,
said,
son.
"No,
Hey, you bought, you bought.
hold on, give me a sec. Hey,
All right.
That motherfucker
I mean,
got the worst. That motherfucker got the worst internet connection in the fucking tri-state area. God damn.
can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now or no?
Barely.
Barely?
That
No,
motherfucker must
this is
got a 56K modem. God damn.
no,
Yeah.
I'm in Walmart.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
while
Walmart.
you at Walmart, why don't you pick up a Switch too? Because they still have them over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna speak my piece. Give my thoughts on the showcase. I thought it was another great showcase overall. I want to praise a few things. First of all, Clockwork Revolution just looks the innovation in that game just blew me away. I thought it looked excellent when it was first shown, but seeing the progress it made, because I think it was shown 2 years ago, but didn't show last year. I think so, right? So seeing it now, I was just like, I was stunned at how it looks even better. Everything looked like it looks like my type of game, basically. The way that Hebot
You know
says,
what's
he's not a big fan of RPG.
Real quick, Unlimited, what's crazy is what you said. In Exile works super fast. Holy cow.
Nobody works faster than Obsidian though. Three
That's what I was
games in
gonna
1
say.
But I'm
year.
saying they
That's
work fast.
ridiculous.
You know? Those guys work
Yeah.
fast, though, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like I was saying, oh no, you good. But like I was saying, Clockwork Revolution. But I got to praise Obsidian. 3 games in 1 year.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I can't think of any company that's done that. When they
Good
showed
games.
Grounded 2, I almost fell out my damn chair because I was like, no fucking. And then I think it was Sarah Bond who said, "Oh, Obsidian's releasing another game this year." I'm like, no, get out of here. And immediately we showed Grounded 2. I was like, how's this company doing this? This is my favorite Xbox pickup so far.
Yeah,
because
they pay for themselves tenfold.
Daya, that's an understatement because what they're doing, I don't know how they're doing this. I really don't. 3 games in 1 year. One second.
Obsidian's still a smaller team. It's not really a large team like the Halo team or something like that.
Man,
No,
I'm
they-
going to look at their team.
It's got to be multiple teams. It ain't no way. It
Yeah,
ain't
no way. Yeah.
And he has the when you watch the deep dive, the one of the leaders will tell you we have money now, so
Yeah.
they can go get who they need.
And they're putting great use to it. They're putting it and here's what I like about Obsidian because I used to criticize Insomniac for releasing 3 fucking Spider-Man games, but you know what Obsidian does? Avowed, which is different from the Outer Worlds, which is different from Grounded 2. That's how you do it. And Pentiment, thank you. And Pentiment, all different
That's
games,
crazy.
right? All different games, different genres, different feels, and it's like what they're doing, Zinc, E-Rock, Hebot, is it's worthy of praise because in today's day where games like GTA 6 takes 13 fucking years to release, where we're still waiting for even for Xbox Studios, State of Decay 2 was shown in State of Decay 3 was shown in like 2020. We're still waiting 5 years.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark was first revealed in 2020. Still waiting for that. Fable was first revealed in 2020. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that not only are they getting these games out, they're great quality, they're extremely fun. They're like I said, very different genres. I think it's worth a more praise than ever before. Whatever Phil or Matt Booty, I think Matt Booty was the one who brought them on. Whatever Matt Booty saw, that dude's a damn visionary, and he needs to keep his job forever because he saw something in them. He gave them the right resources. He gave them the money they needed to succeed, and boy, are they succeeding! Because 3 games, I have to like maybe back in the 90s when you could crack out games a year, a sequel in a year. We saw companies do 3 games in 1 year, but not in modern gaming times, right? Nah,
no.
And then the rest of the show. Ninja Gaiden 4 now has a release date. By the way, why did they put everything in October? Keeper October 17th.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4 October 20th.
Yeah.
Clockwork Revolution, not Clockwork Revolution. The Outer Worlds 2 October 24th, I think, or 29th.
Unlimited. Don't ask to just download. Don't ask to download. Don't even worry about it.
You got the right idea, but they do that because of Call of Duty. You know Call of Duty's
Yeah.
gonna be out in November. That's why they
Don't
do that.
don't
No, Call of
don't
Duty is
don't
not
Well,
coming out.
last
Oh
year's
yeah,
last
well
year's
it
Call
is.
of
I'm
Duty
sorry.
came out in
Yeah, Call of Duty
October.
is coming out.
Yeah, Call of
Last
Duty
year's
Black Ops 7 is coming out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
and last year's
loving
came
it.
out in October, so we might get that in October too. But so I'm like,
That's
and they
crazy.
put her back to back to back in like between the span of like a week and a half. I'm like, damn, Microsoft, you don't want us to finish games, huh? Is that
Yeah.
the trick to keep us on Game Pass? It's just put so many games we don't finish nothing, so we never cancel the damn subscription. Is that the evil plan? Because when I saw these release dates, I'm like,
Yeah.
what are they doing? You know, you got the Indiana Jones expansion in September,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves expansion.
Yeah, like Grounded 2 in July, perfect release date for
Yeah,
July
it is for
29th,
that.
right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, but you know that's the beauty. We got these first world problems on Xbox, man. We got these first world problems where we complain about we can't finish nothing, right? Nintendo, listen, this is how good we have it. That Beast of Resonance game, reincarnation game, was made by Game Freak, who makes Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
And you know who lost their minds? Nintendo fans. Why? Because they were dying.
Yeah.
They're
did.
dying for a game that looks like that. They're
Yep.
dying for right that we get on Game Pass. They're dying for that shit, right? Meanwhile, on Xbox, it's like if it's a Souls, like I don't even want. You know, that's the time we got. I'm not even sure I'm gonna play the damn thing. That's how good
Yeah,
we have it here on
we
Xbox.
got yo man, we got first world problems. I still haven't fucking played Adamfall yet, man. We got first
haven't
world
either.
problems.
I
Yeah.
still haven't gotten around to that game because every time I'm trying to work through one game, it's more coming. I just can't keep up with this.
It's impossible.
Listen. Warhammer Space Marines 1 releases tomorrow.
Oh my
on
God.
Yo,
Tomorrow on Game
This is
Pass.
crazy.
First one I ever had.
All right.
Feel
That's what
what's
we're dealing
kill us
with.
behind the with a controller in our hand while Ghost is still subscribing to Game Pass, and so I don't.
some days I look at my Xbox library and I look at all these games. I'm still trying to finish this little game with $20 called Captain Blood, and I don't know when I'm gonna
Yeah.
get back on Assassin's Creed or Avowed or any of this shit I got on here. Some days I just look at my Xbox games. Man, I say fuck it, man. Let me watch a movie and go to sleep. I can't play all
I've
this
done
shit.
that several times.
I can't.
I've
I
done
can't
that
play all
several
this
times.
shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm my own problem. I can't, I got to call myself out. I'm part of the problem. Because when you beat Ninja Gaiden 8 times, I could have played something else,
That's
But,
true. But
yeah.
you get
Yeah,
right.
yeah, Zink, you are part of the problem, Zink. Yeah, you are.
High on Life 2, that's gonna be good.
Oh my gosh, I was
that
laughing
looked
so
great.
hard. The character falls into a pill bottle right at the end.
Yeah.
I guess we like the best drugs in the universe.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that game is so funny. I
Yeah,
love
it really is.
Yeah.
But you know what, guys? If you survive, not that there was anything wrong with the Xbox One generation,
Mhm.
but if you survive the Xbox One generation, it's particularly 2017 and 16,
Mhm.
when we had games being canceled and we had to hear
Yeah.
unaccountable amounts of shit from the media and from
Mhm.
PlayStation haters. If you
This,
live through
that,
that, man, this is just more sauce for the goose. This is just great, man, because it used to be a time where a game like The Outer Worlds 2, that would be released in October. That'll be a big release, right?
Mhm.
It'll be a time where something like Beast of Reincarnation will be released in spring. That'll be a big release, and then you wait for a while. No, ain't no way. Phil dropping like 10 games a month.
Hey,
Like, yo, Phil bugging, yo.
and while Unlimited is unleashing all of these games, they still dropping Dia's handheld this year.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
That is true.
Yeah.
yo, look. I ain't mad
This-
at him. I ain't mad. Like I'm not a handheld cat. I didn't buy a 55-inch to play a handheld, but I'm glad it's out there because we need to. I want them to test the waters with this Steam integration. Yo, make this shit happen. Make this shit happen this generation. Like, yo, just surprise us in 6 months and say, yo, man, Steam is coming to the fucking consoles. I want that. Listen, Thea, if they can make Steam work on this Rogue Ally, they can make this shit work on Xbox.
Thank you.
Because it's games on Steam that they've been. I want some of them games on Steam because it's taking them forever to come to console. Let's make this Steam shit happen. Let's break down all the walls. Fuck all of this dumb shit, man. I want Xbox to become an open platform. So if that's the end game, I'm with that shit, man. It's a good thing. The days of consoles and shit being locked behind paywalls, that's over. If you want to keep Spider-Man and God of War locked behind a paywall, that's your business. That's your business. Give me them goddamn Steam games. You know what I mean? So for the cast that want the handheld, yo, man, do this because y'all gonna make shit better for me. Yo, let's boogie.
Mhm. Yeah, 100% E-Rock, and that's why me personally, I adjust well to their plans. I don't. That's why I've never been the over emotional type when Xbox made a change, because changes are going to happen and something, and it's something different if it works out. Yo, look at how it's working out right now. Listen, at the beginning of the generation, we used to say on the Exiled podcast that this generation was going to be a new golden age for Xbox. It was the content wars. It was a paradigm shift. And 5 years later, yeah, the paradigm has shifted to the point that notice how nobody is bitching about shit like exclusivity like that anymore. Why? Because of Xbox. Notice how everybody wants access to their games on to be played anywhere they want thanks to Xbox. Notice how Game Pass has changed the way people buy games. Literally has changed the way people are buying games thanks to Xbox. You know what I'm saying? So now 2025, we at this golden age where we're to the point we can't keep up. I'm sorry, guys. You're never going to convince me that gaming right now sucks the way that all these
Hell
YouTubers
no.
just seem to hate gaming. Not after this showcase where I look at all these games. Listen, and by the way, I don't care that games like that Amino game I'm never going to play because that's not my childhood game, right? Don't care because something like Resident, amazing. Outer Worlds 2, phenomenal. Ninja Gaiden 4, can't wait to play. Grounded 2, can't wait to play, right? So okay, so there are a few games that I'm not interested in. So what? You know what that is? That's life. That's everything. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? You don't like every second of a movie. You might still
But we got them problems though. That's what's crazy.
That's true. Yeah.
We got them problems. We didn't have them problems during I'm not knocking the Xbox One generation. I loved it.
No.
But man, I've never seen nothing like this before. This is
never.
stupid. This is crazy.
And look, I love the Xbox One generation too. I give it all the credit in the world for me even being here and getting me back into gaming. But by the way, I'm glad this generation is better because that tells me, oh, Xbox is good. Xbox is finding new ways to make me as a consumer happy. Xbox is finding new ways to put more games in my pocket. I mean, in my gaming backlog than ever before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Xbox, listen. You know what phrase has died? Oh, this Japanese game is never going to come to Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's going to be next on Xbox? Neo Trilogy. Neo Trilogy is going to be next. Watch. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is over.
It's over. It's over, man.
That's why, and that's why they tied all together, E-Rock. This showcase, it might as well just be called the video game showcase because Xbox sets the tone for gaming now. I don't think it's debatable. Listen, I love Ubisoft. Y'all know I love Ubisoft.
Me too,
I love
bro.
my Assassin's Creed, but they can't do a show like this in the whole gaming world. Just it's all of it. EA can't do this.
No.
Rockstar releases one game a generation. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Take-Two can't do that. Even though I like the latest WWE game. They can't do that. No other company could do what Xbox has done, right? That's why they set the tone for gaming. At this point, Nintendo and Sony, they're so far. They gotta find a way to catch up, because I don't give a fuck what anyone says. The old way of doing things is dead. It's antiquated.
I agree.
Right.
And guys, may I ask you something, Unlimited? How many games up there even had Nintendo Switch on there?
None of them. There's no Nintendo. Did. Yeah, because this Nintendo, they don't get games. That's praising fucking Cyberpunk running at 26 frames per second. I was laughing at that. That 5-year-old game that game came out in 2020. That shit still can't run at 60 frames on that damn thing.
Listen, Nintendo's gassed. Look, them niggas is gassed. They found a way to squeeze Cyberpunk on that motherfucking shit.
E-Rock, I've never seen Nintendo fans that happy in my life.
Woo!
That's how excited they were about getting these. And by the way, Listen, this has not been a good week for Nintendo fans, but it's been a good week for me because I told Nintendo fans this for years. You motherfuckers do want these modern games. You don't just want Halo. I mean, not Halo. You don't just want Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon, like y'all keep telling me. Y'all, you know, the only reason why that shit sold so much because that's all y'all had on them fucking platforms was Mario Kart. But now that y'all get a whiff of modern stuff, you're losing your mind. And then what happened? Game Freak, the makers of Pokemon, released the best looking game they've ever made on Xbox.
Yeah,
and y'all are mad again.
Everybody was shocked about that. I saw reactions to that, and everybody couldn't believe it.
It's about Animo.
No. The Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It actually looks like a modern day game instead of Pokemon.
Wow.
It said that Pokemon shit, right?
Wow.
So listen. So that's why I listen. If as an Xbox fan, you gotta feel good, especially someone like E-Rock, who been saying E-Rock been telling y'all for years. That's why he stopped doing this shit. He's like, I'm tired of telling you motherfuckers to stay sleep. You know what I'm saying? Right? That's why. That's
stay sleep, man.
Yeah.
Because when you wake up, you're out of a job. Stay sleep.
Yeah.
Shit. This is probably the. I never thought I'd say this. This is probably the greatest video game generation I ever seen by default. And that's saying a lot because I have a lot of nostalgia for the Xbox 360 generation. I have a lot of nostalgia for the Xbox One, but never have I been beaten into submission with too much shit to play.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
I can't play all these games, and I'll be goddamn if I haven't deleted any of this shit off my hard drive yet, dear. I mean, I guess I'll get to Adam Fall sooner or later. They say it's great, but I'll be goddamn if I got time to play it.
Yeah, I haven't played it either.
I'm the worst offender here because I just flat out skip games. I'll be real with you. I've not downloaded Adafall. I know I'm not going to play it because I you know, when I turn on my Xbox, I'm still trying to beat Assassin's Creed Shadow.
I feel you, dude.
Wow.
Look, I'll be real, Daya. Listen. This called the Unlimited Truth for a reason because I don't bullshit y'all and I don't need a lot of y'all for brownie points. I don't play every fucking game there is because it ain't possible and I'm too damn busy anyway.
Yeah, I can't. I don't need to because I've gotten drowned by him just like you.
Me too.
Yeah,
I didn't even get a chance to download my favorite game. One of the games I wanted from last year, which was that download to Flight Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even get a chance.
With the careers and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I had to delete that because that shit was like fucking 989 gigabytes.
Yo,
I had to delete that.
Listen, E-Rock. I bought Mortal Kombat 1. That game was 200 gigabytes after I played it. I can't keep this on my hard drive, man.
Hey, man, hold on. I wonder if y'all saw it. I know you saw it, Unlimited, but New Legal, I think it was New Legal or Emmanuel A1 posted that it's a 4 gigabyte terabyte card.
Yeah,
that's gonna be $430.
Yeah,
good.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
$430.
That's crazy.
Vontae's still playing Starfield. So man,
is so
the whole
big,
point,
though. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, and somebody was just complaining about Starfield. When is Starfield going to get their next moment like other studios? Dude, people haven't finished Starfield. Don't say you finished Starfield.
I know
that massive game.
Side effects.
Got a base and stuff I'm working on and everything. It's so much to do in that game. It's big.
Dia, remember I was getting cussed out by one of the panel members, by one of the guys in the chat, because I was on one planet for 50 hours.
That's because you still find a Pluto on your version, man. And it's
I don't even know why we haven't seen Kid because he ain't gonna play none of these games except for years.
I don't think so either. I don't think Zeke ever gonna beat Starfield.
No, he's gonna play Ninja Gaiden because he loved Ninja Gaiden Black 2 too much.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Oh my God.
But look, I'm looking at these 28 games on screen. Listen, if I play half of them, I'll be happy. But realistically, it's probably gonna be like a third, right? Because that's just how much we got, man. And this showcase, and I just love how fun these showcases are. No BS, no fluff. You see the big three: Sarah, Matt, and Phil. By the way, Phil's looking thin as hell these days.
Man,
I don't know.
He's got.
Yeah, I don't know if he's on Ozempic or what.
Don't know.
Damn, Phil.
Man, that joker hit the gym. Yeah, right, a burger.
I was like, who's
Yeah.
that man standing up there? Isn't Bill
Facts.
supposed to show up? And I was like, oh,
No,
wait a
no,
minute.
he spent his wife made him spend some of that money, man, to get a personal trainer because
Yeah, that's what
Phil
I'm
was
thinking.
enjoying his perks a little bit too much. You know what I mean?
Hey, hey, E-Rock, let me knock you down a little bit. I got some good news and some bad news. Good news, Sarah Bond didn't have a ring on during the main show, but
Oh
then she
yeah.
was on the deep dive. She did have a ring on. That looked like
Oh
she
my
had the
God.
Hope
Of
Diamond on or
course,
some
of
shit.
course, of course, of course, of
Oh
course.
man. Yeah, Sarah Bond. Oh my
It
goodness,
was
man.
good to
That
see
woman
her
there.
again. I hadn't seen her in a
Yeah.
long time,
She
you know.
she did an interview recently before the
She
showcase as well.
did.
Really good interview.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was
Yeah.
about 4 days ago with these
Yeah.
two foreign guys. I
Mm-hmm.
started watching it, but I had some other
And
things
Zink
to do.
and
I'll
Zink
watch it later.
the best part unlike that stupid ass Bloomberg interview, they didn't ask her no stupid trap
Oh, they
questions.
didn't?
And, yeah,
Yeah,
and she didn't have to get, she didn't have to give a corporate answer that people pretended to be mad at. Oh,
right.
you telling me that the president of Xbox don't know why the studios got closed? So she need to be fired. I'm like, you fucking
Absolutely.
losers. Look, listen. I get passionately defensive about Sarah Bond because they like to target her
Same.
specifically for obvious reasons, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And
Your boy
swear
Sega,
she don't.
not Sega Man. What's the other guy? Sega Forever. He
Mhm.
eliminated Zobi because he was over there being offensive. I'm like, bro, this woman is smart for real. She ain't no
Yeah,
damn token. What's wrong with
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he did
You,
say that. He
yeah,
did say that.
listen. You can't be bagging being a bagger, and not to shit on them people, man. But you can't be a bagger at Walgreens and then think that you have the right to talk about Sarah Bond like she don't
Oh
know
my
what the fuck
goodness.
she doing.
Fact.
You gotta get the fuck out my face with that, man. But with that said, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Well, another phenomenal show, man. I gotta say, everybody was here today at one point. Unfortunately, since I'm not paying for StreamYard, $45 a month is just too much for me, right? It used to be like 25 or 20. That didn't bother me, but when it jumped to 45, E-Rock, I was like, nah, y'all could. I don't do that much damn podcasting. But yeah, but it was great to have everybody here at some point. Unfortunately, did have to rotate Sega Man out. Hebot dropped. But yeah, it was phenomenal show hanging out with you guys. And y'all know I got nothing but love for y'all, man. All of y'all just wonderful people. But we're gonna give our outros and we're gonna start wrapping it up. And I'm gonna start with Tuck. Tuck, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, y'all.
Yeah, man. Let me get your final thoughts and your outro.
My final thoughts is that everything that y'all saying was right. I mean, there's not really much I really got to say. It's just the fact that right now Microsoft got it going on and Sony don't, Nintendo don't. We always have talked about that in the past, and that's basically all it is to it. I mean, y'all just right on every other thing. I just had to just listen. I mean, that's all I had to do was just listen to y'all.
Hey,
Y'all
look, man. You look, man. You're off the train in the first half, though. So
huh?
I said you were going off on the first half of the show.
Facts.
Well, hey man, when you get off work, I get tired and everything. You know how that
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. Look, man. Look.
But
Tuck,
y'all did a good
Tuck,
job talking about everything which I need to talk about. I mean, it's gonna be very interesting seeing what they're gonna do the next couple of years.
mhm.
I'm not really worried about the other competition. They blah 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 blah. And like I said, if Sony wanna go and get cocky and take their video games off of the Steam Deck, off of Steam, let them. Let them, because if they do that, they mean that they already is going to give up. That's all there is to it. They already given up on everything else. Like I said, everything that went up, Sony's still in the same place. They still doing the same thing as they was when they first introduced the high definition TVs, and everybody done caught up with them. And that's about it, man. That's all I
Look,
can
look,
say about that.
look at Tuck over here sounding like he's full of moonshine and mashed potatoes. Take your ass to bed.
Great stuff there, Tuck. Other Zinc, man. Give us your outro and final thoughts.
Hey man, I'm just glad to be here, dude. It's too tough to go on anything during the week, but I made some sacrifices today. But I was glad to see Direct Gaming pull up in here. I haven't seen him in a while. But I'm just glad to be here, man. It was a good conversation. I'm glad Hebot. I understand Hebot's frustration because I just rather Sony just die, man. I'm dead serious. If I will be uncontrollable, worse than Tuck, if Sony dies. I'm not kidding. I, I'll be the worst person on the planet. I'd just be the worst. But anyway, man, I'm glad that show was great, and I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad y'all found Deer. That's the main thing.
I stepped away from that. What was this frustration about?
Well,
was that
well, it wasn't nothing for
His fucking
Hebot.
internet connection. Frustrations about
that too. But it wasn't a lot there for him. But that happens sometimes.
Y'all was going down the other day. They're gonna have at least 3 more shows.
This is a fact. Gamescom, and they're gonna have a show later on at the end of the
year.
Yeah.
And they may
Tokyo Game Show,
bring
right?
something to Jeff Keighley's show.
Oh
no. What they do is that during Fall Day, they do the indie show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and that's another thing. I'm glad he shut out Jeff Keighley, and Jeff didn't get nothing for the second consecutive summer. I loved it. That was the best part of E3.
No. Oh, by the way, this is how relevant Sony is. Y'all don't realize the same day of the showcase, Jeff Keighley did a live on PlayStation's YouTube channel about Death Stranding 2. It's one of them things where like E-Rock, the shit gets recommended to me. But yeah, I saw that shit. I was like, oh wow, they're really irrelevant because nobody gave
nobody talked about that. Everybody was talking about that darn handheld when I was looking at it.
Yeah,
it was in the games. I mean, because everybody saw a game they liked.
Yeah. Hey, and make sure you guys see that handheld deep
breakdown.
dive.
Deep dive. Yeah.
Daya, let me get your final thoughts and outro.
Well, you know me, I gotta leave you all with something positive. I mean, you got to be like E-Rock and I. We're drowning in a sea of games, and we just our nose is peeking up at the top.
Jesus, man,
I don't know what to do moving forward. At this point, I'm Phil Spencer's slave. He can just tell me to do.
Jesus, crazy problems I have.
I don't know what to do. I can't keep up with these games. There's so many games that I want to go to that I have not even played. In the Space Marines, I just can't keep up with this. I've been wanting to get back to Oblivion and finish Avowed. I'm trying to finish up, South of Midnight because I love that game so much. I think I'm just gonna buy the thing right out. I think because I bought the early thing, but I'm gonna buy it out. It's just I can't keep up with this, and I'm sure that you guys are having the same problems. So
hold on, time out.
Okay.
Direct Gaming calling you out.
Hey, they calling us both out. And you know something? Hey, Dia, let me say this real quick. And D1, he know this bullshit. Dia was going off one time. I was listening to you guys, and she was going off on Halo so bad. I'm like, I'm gonna take you to Botport. So somehow the D1's crew and Ray now found out. They was like, hold on, Zink, you can't bring her to court. She's exempt. That shit was funny as hell.
I went and complained. I said, I'm going to Botport.
You haven't finished South of Midnight yet?
I should be close, but I've been playing this so good, man. I just take my time with those stories because it's so good. That's my favorite part of it.
I just finished it last week, and I enjoy the art style. I enjoy the music. I really enjoy the music. I mean,
the music is. Look. I mean, it's not going to happen, but that's 100% should win soundtrack of the year or whatever.
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Matty Play said the game wasn't that good.
Yeah, but, Mr. Matty Play likes to play Pokemon with 6-year-olds during his bedtime. So, what can we do there? But let's get back on track. Daya, continue with your
I got one better. It's my game of the year right now.
Okay.
What was that?
South of Midnight is my game of the year right now.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, good choice. Okay. Good choice. But Daya, let's get back on track and continue.
Okay. So I just want to put in perspective, you guys, that gosh, this is a time that if you can't recognize what you're in right now as an Xbox gamer, I don't know what to tell you anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know how to outline just how great it is to game right now. I mean, we're joking about it, but when you have so many games that you don't know what to play, you start one, you stop it, you start another, you're in gaming utopia. And so I just want you guys to enjoy your gaming. Shut out all the noise around you and look at what Xbox has presented on your table. Okay, that's it.
Excellent stuff there, Dea. Last but not least, the artist formerly known as E-Rock. Give us your final thoughts in your outro.
Well, I want to close on what Dia said to all you Xbox gamers out there, and Xbox expatriates, haters, scallywags, scumbags, and scoundrels and scoundrels. People out there, who just aren't happy at all about gaming and gaming sucks, and Xbox dudes like D Batch who's like, I just want Xbox to be great again. Listen, man, you'll play this fool. You know what I mean? We're not hungry over here. Gaming is in a better place than it's ever been. You know what I mean? These games is just incredible. Xbox is killing it, man. And like we told you, man, we've been telling everybody for years now that Xbox is the best box. And now to see Colin Moriarty with tears in his eyes on his own PlayStation podcast, having to admit that the number one publisher on PlayStation is Xbox. You know what I mean? To see all of these YouTubers like Dreamcast guy, he can't even. Xbox's dad's video hadn't even popped up in my feed yet. Something's wrong, man.
Wow. That's funny as hell, right
Something
there.
ain't right, man. What timeline are we living in, man? You know what I mean? These Xbox haters that came together, they done closed like butt cheeks. They ain't got nothing to say. I ain't never seen the community so quiet. I mean, I'm sure they're going to find a way to hate on the Xbox handheld. I'm sure they're going to find a way to hate on this show. But I ain't never seen it this quiet. It's quiet like we in church, man. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it because this is what Zink, myself, Hebot, Sega, man, unlimited kind of young in the game. But guys like Mr. 100, guys like Sega Forever. We waited decades for this. You know what I mean? This finally going to be a month where the Weapon Wheel podcast, they don't get the clown Kid Smooth, he get to clown them. Yo, what timeline are we living in, man? This is crazy, but it's all good, man. It's all good direct gaming because you was one of the soldiers out here on the street that never flip-flop direct gaming. You, Mr. 100, you never flip-flop. You never say, oh, man, God of War, Spider-Man, I'm getting a PlayStation. Y'all dudes never flip-flop.
Yep,
y'all stayed the course. Y'all stayed the course. And now, man, to sit and watch all of our adversaries just sit there with crocodile tears in their eyes like, I can't believe this. Xbox is the number one publisher on PlayStation. I can't believe that. Yo, it was, we in a wild timeline when this dude named Reforge Gaming, he is a number one Xbox hater, D-Right Gaming. He was watching the show with tears in his eyes like, I can't believe they got all these games. Where's Wolverine? Like, yo, man, it's the craziest shit. These guys are defeated. They dejected, they discombobulated, and they demoralized, and I love it, man. So, hey,
excellent close.
Xbox is the best box, and this is your boy E-Rock, and as always, bye bye.
Yeah, E-Rock. You know what the other thing they upset about? That